welcome. I just accidentally picked my nose. I think this is the first time I'm talking all day, but it's just been so much, and that's how my entire semester is gonna be. So I'm really hoping that like by the end of this, or even by the end of this, I'll like have figured out time management a bit more. And then when I go back and watch this like towards midterms, that I'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I used to do that. Like I'm working on a sculpture, 2 sculptures for 2 classes, and I have yet to start my 3rd one for my capstone, which is essentially a giant project that I need to graduate. So yeah.
It's like raining so bad outside. Or rather, it's going to. I'm at work right now. I'm whispering because there's kind of like no one here, so I'm scared that someone will hear me. But yeah, my hair is not doing its thing. It's because it's so hot in here compared to outside. It's like 40 degrees outside, and then it's like 75 inside. And I'm wearing a long sleeve, of course, and I walked over here, so it's like super hot. But yeah, we get working.
You guys don't understand how cold it is. I wish I had a scarf to cover my face, but it's supposed to sleep right now. I mean, later today. This is a really unflattering angle, sorry. I was supposed to go watch Puss in Boots with my sister. I really wanted to watch that movie, but So I'm working on my sculpture. It needs to be half as tall as me. And I didn't have enough, and I thought I did, so now I'm back to just rolling paper. Okay, so this is what I got. The requirement was to make it out of newspaper and to make it half as tall as me. And it needs to be dynamic from all. This one can use some more work, this side right here. But I think it's pretty dynamic, and it's half as tall as me. I'm gonna take this one vertically so you can see, but here she is. Hopefully when I come in tomorrow morning, it'll still be upright because I will literally not have time to fix it. So I know I sit at this wall every morning, but I don't know if I film myself every morning. But today's day 3. It's Wednesday. I have a meeting in one building, and then 30 minutes after I have a class across campus. And by across campus, I mean across campus. Like, I have to cross the street to get there. Also, it's like 36 degrees outside, but it feels like 27. And so I'm gonna have to really bundle up because my skin not only is sensitive, but it's already dry and my rash. So that's gonna be fun. I got this new concealer because I've never really had one. I just used like this is actually what I use because my skin is quite good, if I do say so myself. But I got this concealer. The thing is that you have to buy it online basically. Like, no stores really carry it. I love how it's going everywhere. But I don't even know if you can tell because I just looked in them. It was way too orange, so I used my concealer brush and then my beauty blender, and can you even tell which eye it's on? We're about to get intimate here, okay? Like, can you tell where it is? It's on my right eye, which is this one. This is the finished look. I usually put the BB cream everywhere, which is just like evens my skin tone. But it's like really cold outside, and so I just put moisturizer, concealer, the tiniest little ittiest bit of blush right here, mascara, and then a Burt's Bees tinted chapstick in the shade. I don't know why I tore it off. I've had this for like 5 years. It's like slightly orange. Anyway, I gotta get ready because I gotta walk to my meeting. And then I would say this is the finished look. But I still gotta put my coat, my gloves, my hat, my scarf. It's such a pain to just walk outside now.
It is so also, it is so cold. I'm in the break room. I'm not supposed to be here technically, I think, because I am a student and I'm an employee. So yes, even if it wasn't, I would still be in here because why am I not gonna use the microwave to eat? It is Thursday. I had to figure out stuff with my financial aid, and then I have a meeting for a club, of course classes, and a little welcome back for one of my scholarships. Finishing up the last of my mushrooms. And I still have so many more vegetables that I bought last week. I think they're all still good, except for the lettuce that's starting to get real wilted. And I had a sandwich the other day, and it just tasted off. But also the mayo smelled, and my fridge did go off. Like the power went out when I was gone for winter break. And the ham was slimy, even though it just came out of, like, I just opened it. But I mean, nothing happened to me. But I did throw the mayo away because it smelled like alkaline. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. Also, update on my book club. I can't remember if I talked about it. But there are currently 2 people in it, plus me. A third person wants to, but I just haven't reached out to them. A goal that everyone had was to read 2 chapters, I think. I think the other person was 5. It's just that we're all reading different books. It's just that we're like checking in on it. Well, it's me checking in on them. And I started reading this book, but it was just not interesting to me. Like, I was kind of just reading it to read it. Like, I didn't not like it, but I also didn't like it. And so I started reading this book. And this morning I just finished chapter 9. It's on my phone, so it's a lot. At first I was like, I don't want to read it on my phone. Like, I want physical paper. But it's actually a lot more convenient to read it on my phone because I always have my phone with me. And it kind of like replaces being on social media with the book, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's a good book. I haven't seen the movie, so it's good. I like it. I have no preconceived notions or anything like that. I accidentally did my eyebrows too dark and I look like a completely different person. But it's time for me to leave, so we're just gonna go with the look and see how I feel about it at the end of the day. The lady at the front desk told me it's gonna be virtual. Can someone just talk to me, please?
And how many hours are you enrolled in?
12.
Okay, I figured it out. For future reference, guys, when you take a loan out, they charge you $18. The Department of Education or something like that charges you $18.
4-3.
My phone's in a cabinet. I need to make dinner because I have my club meeting to go to in a bit. I am so tired, but I have leftover coffee from the morning. And also, the eyebrows are way too dark. I don't like how it looks. I think I'm just gonna make a simple knockoff chicken pomodori sandwich that I always make. Let me get started talking about a realization that I had today regarding what is going to happen or what I'm going to do after I graduate. Editing Luna here. I went on a 12-minute explanation / speech on grad school. Long story short, I was planning on applying to attend this fall, so I graduate in spring, summer, and then I would attend in fall. I'm going to hold off to gap year, then reapply the year after. So then if I get admitted, I would be attending in fall 2025. So then I have time to work on my portfolio because I'm not at the skill level I want to be at, which also affects my self-confidence. And yeah, see how easy that was, Luna. But I think the 12 minutes, that's because it was the day it happened, so it was me just like processing it. Yeah. It's Friday, and long story short, I was halfway to my destination, and then I realized I forgot my wallet.
It was a 45-minute drive. Like, the fact that I even thought about whether I lost it or not was enough for me to be like, yeah, I mean, forgot it. I was like, yeah, I forgot it. But it's all here now, so I'm just glad I didn't get there, check out, and be like, oh my god, I forgot it, because I probably would not have gone back, because like I said, it's basically a 2-hour drive. Also, alcohol is not allowed on campus, so just showing that this is a Red Bull. And look at all of my figures! Also, my knee started hurting yesterday, and it's kind of what I think it is. I stepped like too straight on my knee, and I was like, how did that happen? I just did it again. I basically skipped the last step of the stairs, and then I land with my left foot, and that's exactly what happened, because that's exactly, it hurt doing that, and I was like, that's where it came from. Welcome to the haul part. I went to ASO Arts. It's a local business. It's been around for like 50 years, but I recently decided that my art concentration is going to be painting sculpture. So I went in there with this in mind. This is, I mean, shouting them out really wouldn't do anything, because I think by the time I post this, it'll be over. These brushes, because I'm not sure if I'm going to do oil or acrylic. So yeah, I got oil. They're a lot thicker or harder. I think they're called hog bristles. I don't like them. In class I used ones that I went for acrylic. They're a lot softer, but I feel like I should really experiment with both types. So I got these, and then I also got another one of these. Of course, who would I be if I didn't get some sketchbooks? I got these two, but these are for dry media only, which is pencil basically. But I wanted to get one that was for wet media, for just markers, so I can plan out my paintings and sculptures like in color, preferably with marker. And then I got 4 of these little mesh bags, because what I've learned about myself is that if I cannot see it, I forget it exists. So for my markers things, I need them in clear bags so I can see what types of markers they are. So yeah, I got 4 of these. Speaking of markers, I got these Tombow brush pens. I never bought them when they were like a big thing because they were way too expensive, but now they're only $1. So I got 2 for my sister actually, because I took her to the first one where it was like in the actual store, but this was a sale at the warehouse, the ASO warehouse. And when we were at the store, she wanted a pink one, but I can't remember which one it was. But she didn't buy it because it was just the pink one. So I got her these 2. And then I got myself these. I tried getting red and orange, but there's none. This is really all they had. They had a ton of blue. They're like blue teal. They have the flowy side, right? The brush side. And then you have more of a felt tip marker. That's really, I always see people do this. I don't think that's helping because the light is very different reflecting my hand. Oh, another thing I got is this. What it is basically is, instead of seeing white where you put your canvas, you put this, because whatever your base is, the color is going to look a bit different, but if you have it brown, it kind of neutralizes it a bit more. I think that's the right terminology. I'm not gonna use these, but I got them in case like an artist friend birthday or something. They're only, I don't even know the price. I'm gonna put the receipt price at the end, but these were very cheap. Oh, I didn't even say everything was 70% off. I want to try mixed media on my painting, so I got these oil pastels, very basic, like it's called junior artist, student quality oil pastels. But first of all, they didn't even say the colors on here. And it's wrapped up, so you won't be able to check. But I'm assuming it's red, blue, green, orange, yellow, black, purple, whatever. And then I got this just because I'm really bad at math. It's a proportional scale. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but I got it just in case that one time that I need to use it, I have it. And I got this. I opened it up because I was like, what is this? Let me show you what it is. So when I first opened it up, I saw this and I was like, oh, for mixing, that's cool. I mean, I guess if I ever have a project, like one project I need to market. And then I turned it around and I was like, oh my goodness, that's so handy. The mindset that I went into this was very much, this is all on sale. Like if I was paying full price money for everything, I would not have gotten the thing. I would have gotten a big purge at the end where I would have gotten rid of stuff. And then another thing is that since they're getting rid of everything, they had a bunch of these standard staples that were free, transparent tape that were free. I work in an office. I work in several offices, and also just like my personal stuff. So I got 2, 4, 6 of those staples. I got like 7. I got like 10 tapes. And then they're also giving this out. And I'll give you a bit of time to guess what it is. Okay, time's up. What it is that you put a pen on here and you like stick it to your binder. So if you have like a sign-in sheet, you'll stick it here. That is so clever. I was just gonna take like 2 and then I was like, no, I took a bunch. Because you can do it with markers, pencils. Okay, and now to the big painter thing, because would this really be where I said an attempted painter haul if I didn't show paint? I got these Winsor & Newton Artisan oil color paints, series 1, because I don't know enough about paint to know why, but basically the higher the series, the more expensive it is by like a lot. I got burnt sienna, dioxidine purple, French ultramarine, magenta, which looks pink. I always thought magenta was purple, yellow ochre, burnt umber, and permanent rose. Phthalo green, but in parentheses is blue shade. So I was at the checkout and the cashier, the guy, he was like, you clean up these with water, right? And I was like, no, it's terpenoid or turpentine. And then to actually mix with the paint, you use alkylate, linseed oil, things like this. He's like, oh, I don't know what I was talking about then. And these ended up being only $3 a tube. And so I was like, oh my god, this is an amazing deal. So either way, I was like, I'm gonna go back and get more. And because of that, I checked it and he was right. These are Artisan water mixable oil color. I did not even know that was a thing. But in my head, I was like, no, that's not what I wanted. But they said, I'm not even kidding, maybe like 6 or 7 times walking into the warehouse that there are no refunds, no returns. So it's like, okay, I'm stuck with this. I can learn how to use this. It might be cheaper. It might be that I have more, like I can dilute it more and then mix it with oil. I don't know. So I'm stuck with these. And then I was like, okay, well I need actual like oil paint now. So I went back and I made sure to check. And I got Winsor & Newton, and I also got more. I also got Grumbacher. And yeah. So for Winsor & Newton, I got permanent magenta, brown ochre, bright red, pewter, and bronze, which I've never seen before, but they're metals, they're metallic-y. I don't know how much they're actually gonna show. And then for Grumbacher, did I buy 2 of the same? Oh no. I got ultramarine violet and ultramarine blue deep. You see how similar those are. But I don't really have a favorite brand because I haven't really used them enough to know. But yeah, and also I have no idea what colors I have left over. But I bought these just because they're very like common colors. And also my next project, I don't know if I'll work on it in this week, so you'll be able to see it, but it's gonna be a decapitated piñata. And so those are very bright colors, and bright colors are hard for me to mix. I just don't know enough how to. So I tried getting bright colors. The sun went down a lot in the time I was here. So yeah, I'm gonna eat, and then I have an art gallery reception to go to. I don't think it's students. I think it's, I don't know. I don't even know who it is, but I'm going. It's the first one of the semester. Also get extra credit, so I will be going. Okay, bye. Also, let's talk about the receipt. So, and it doesn't tell you much what it is, but maybe you can figure out. Oh yeah, it does tell you exactly what it is. But yeah, so I got 21 things, and I paid $67, and it usually would have been $206. Yup. And then for my second trip back in there, it would have been, I paid $48 and it would have been $148. This was a bit more expensive. I don't know why. I tried very hard to get first version ones, but oh, I'm not even looking at it, sorry. First versions, which are cheaper. I don't need to explain myself. My money. My budget was $100 going in there, and I spent 70 plus 40, 70 plus 50. So I went $20 over, I think, if I did that right. But yeah. Also, just to give you a little sneak peek of what, I made a little TikTok that was $100, I think, or $80 haul or something, at ASO Art when it was 50% off, I think. Something, let me just roll the clip, as they say. I'm a mess and I don't want to turn the light because I don't want to bring attention to myself, but that gallery had a lot of reading. And that's not really something I wanted to do, but they had two things I could take. At least I think I could take them. I took them and then I kind of walked out right away because I was there's this one called Testimony, and it was a wall. There was only 3 accounts, and it was documenting these people's lives. And I think I took like a sample of like the bigger book, but there was this one, I'll insert a picture right here, and I was like, whoa. And then I got close and I realized a lot of them, it had unknown on them, and I was like, is this a memorial? Is this people who died? But the little excerpt or caption said 1,000 Cranes memorial or something like that, but I don't know what for. But yeah. Oh, and also they always have food, and look at this. I've never had a little tart. I think it's called a tart. That's so cool. I'm chewing gum right now, but it smells so good. I'm gonna eat it right now. It's gonna be a good day today, and you wanna know why? Because I flipped with the pan 2 eggs. It's a good day today. I'm eating now. We're never going back.
I'm like my Wazowski. I'm coming back.
We're never going back. It was $15.10 for. Can you show them the bowl size? For a bowl, right? You would think it'd be. No, it wasn't. I didn't even finish my thought. It wasn't not
that good.
It wasn't good. It wasn't as filling. It didn't come with soup, miso soup.
And it was more expensive.
Yeah, and it was more expensive.
I think.
And it just didn't taste good. Like, there's like no flavor.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
I am full though, but I don't know why, because it wasn't. I didn't even finish it. And over there. At the other place, like I always finish it.
At the other place, we're talking about below
place.
40 Poke House.
The standard.
Which, by the way, I learned because I used to work at Chipotle, and your cold stuff needs to stay under 41 degrees for it to still be considered good.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's 40, but
it tastes better. The location has more seating. It's prettier inside.
yeah, this place it had like 6 chairs, 9 chairs. Over there it's in Carrollton, so there's a bunch of other places here, there.
Yeah,
here.
and also like this is so irrelevant, but like no, it's like here it's like the line thing, so like they make it as soon as you like you have your
like
food
Chipotle.
immediately, but over there you have time to chat like while you get your food, which is like not their fault, but like it's just
You still order at the counter.
but like they make it in front of you. Over there you take your order and then they make it in the kitchen.
No, we're never. When we got in line, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna come back all the time because I don't like raw fish, and so I was like, oh my gosh, and I don't like going to poke places because most of the time it's on the line and they don't cook it. But here, it was the line and they did cook it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna come here all the time. Like it's only 10 minutes away, it's about the same price. And then we sat down, we started eating, and I was like, I'm never coming back here. It's just because we said once you eat at 5 stars, you can't eat at a 3-star location. Am I right, ladies?
Facts. I didn't poke my nose. Can you?
Oh, hold on. And one of the main reasons that we don't go to the other place like all the time is because it's 30 minutes away. Okay, bye bye. So you can pick his nose.
It is so cold. It's like 25 degrees. I'm gonna go do my laundry. And then while that's working, I'm gonna go to Target. I'm gonna come back, put it in the dryer, and then I'm gonna start on my homework. A grocery store pet peeve is that there's never enough registers, so everyone always goes to self-checkout. But to me, self-checkout is just like very quick stuff, like less than 10 items, but they don't specify that. So you have people like full of carts in self-checkout, and there's like one register open. But I don't even know. Like I had mushrooms, cookies, bread, and avocados. And there's like 10 people in front of me. Come on. Woo-wee! I haven't seen my closet this full in forever. Also, water stain. So I decided to do oil paint as my concentration, and this is all the oil paint I have. This is the one I used junior year fall. Then this is the one I used last semester. This one also. This one my teacher was giving away, or professor rather, sorry, a couple of these also. The only thing I haven't used is these, cause they're water mixable. I need to do more research. I don't know what water mixable oil color is. That is complete opposite in my mind. I watched a little YouTube video about what this means. Also my nails, they're breaking. I might have to cut them short again. But yeah, I need to get started on sketching out a piece, and then I'm gonna use oil paint, and I want to do swatches, but I feel like that's too many to do right now, and I don't have the proper, like, unless I do it on a canvas, I don't have like the right paper for it. So that's maybe a future video or something, because this is a lot, and then you have to do like the pure color, and then like half and half the color and white, and then like 25%, 75%, all that stuff. But that's gonna take a long time, so future video. And I'm gonna get to sketching. You can't really see it, but oh, there we go. Woo! It's gonna be a decapitated piñata, and it's gonna have red candy at the bottom that's like blood. Oh, that's so clever. It's for a self-identity project. I found another one of Evelyn's alternate universes. You ready?
I'm Professor Anemone, and I am here to show you.
Also, this movie's so bad. I'm only watching it because I went to Barnes & Noble a gazillion years ago, and I read the book. Like, I started reading the book there, and I can't remember how much I got into it, but I remember what I read in the book now, and it makes a lot more sense. Basically, it's a school for good and evil. If for fairy tales, good people go to the good school and you become princess, and princesses, you get like trained for that, and the evil people go to the evil school and you get trained for that. And the whole plot is that these two girls get dropped in the school, but like the wrong school, so they're like princess one with blonde hair and is pretty and kind to get dropped in the evil school. And the girl who's just like kind of moody and stuff. She's not even really evil. She's just, if I remember correctly, she's just like emo kind of. And she gets dropped in the good school. But in the book, when the good girl gets dropped in the bad school, she's like, why did this happen? And then they straight up tell her, I think, that like, you don't do anything because you're out of the goodness of your heart. Like, you do it just because you want to be perceived as good. And if the movie is meant for like 12-year-olds, that's a little bit like some like hard-hitting stuff. And so I think that's why they didn't include it, because that would have taken a very different turn. But yeah, I don't know why I'm so tired. It's like 9:30. Movie review, I give it 3 stars for enjoyability. The music was like, for the biggest fight scene or rather like the only fight scene, they played Toxic by Britney Spears, but like some rendition of it, and it just did not fit at all. And also, spoilers, the 2 main characters, they kiss and like that's true love, and the narration's like, but what's more powerful than the love of friends? And I was like, come on. She literally saved her from death. Like, but yeah, it was dumb, but it was fun. As I was saying, I'm doing it on the critically endangered / endangered ocean animals, but I had to narrow it down to 8 because there's more than that. This is the humphead wrasse, and it's so pretty if you look it up, but it has this pattern, and it's just a pain in the butt to copy it. Like right here is where I started messing up, right there. So yeah, it's time for bed because I started getting lost in the swirls, but I really followed it through everywhere else. It just started getting a little too complicated right there. And that is the end of my week as a senior art student. I didn't really do much arting, but it's only the first week. I'm still getting to the hang of things. I realized some days I didn't talk until like the last clip, so I might go back and do some voiceovers or something. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'm thinking of posting more videos, like I said, the art swatch, and maybe some like time lapses or stuff like that, or just like documenting my art journey now that I know what I want to do, specifically the medium, not so much the style yet. I'm rambling. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.